So you do not know how many people you are inspiring just by being you. And I think it's important to talk about, because you are a light. And I know that maybe you're not a light. Maybe you feel dark. Maybe you feel like your light is this big on the inside, but there's a big round wall of darkness surrounding all the rest. And I feel like that's just like doubting our true potential. And the reason why that happens to a lot of us is because, like, when you're small, you feel like you can do anything, right? You're like learning, and you're like, just like, oh, well, can I swing on these monkey bars? And you're like, well, what if I do it every day? Oh, look at what I can do, and like, to practice, to improve, to grow, right? Because it's a natural evolution of being a human being. But whenever there's trauma and heartache and things that go in your life, it like puts a layer of darkness around that little light that you once were. And then as you go and more things happen and you don't deal with it and you don't heal it, and not through any fault of your own, just because it's hard to even know what to heal unless you're like super hyper self-aware, and it takes time. And then that big bubble of darkness is around you, and you are just missing your light. You're just wishing that it was there, right? It's still there. You just have buried it under all this stuff. So what you have to do to get to it is you have to acknowledge that this exists, and acknowledge that this exists, and acknowledge that this exists. And as you acknowledge that each of those things exist, you're able to peel it away, right? And as you start to peel away that darkness, there's one thing about light is that it pierces through, right? Darkness can kind of hang around and be heavy, but light is piercing. And where there is light, darkness cannot exist. So as you start to peel away those darkness layers, you can still see the light. You can start to see the light below, right? And as you get to it, it's a process. It's not easy. It's difficult. Because as you're peeling away, like, it hurts. It's like pulling off a Band-Aid, right? It's like pulling off a Band-Aid off a hairy leg. And so each one, you're like, ow, man, what is that? Maybe I want to avoid that, Maybe I don't want to do that right now, or so many times, or at all, because it hurts when I do that. But that pain is an acknowledgement of an area and where you can learn. And I heard this today. I was blessed enough to have a wonderful speaker at work with us today to kind of talk to us all and inspire us all. And one thing that she said that resonated with me was about pain being a tool. So pain is a tool. So if that's true, then say you have a hot oven and you put your hand on it, the pain is required for you to understand that you should not put your hand on that oven. And that's the same way with the pain that comes from ripping off those pieces, those layers of darkness that are around your light, right? It's like necessary so that you can learn from it and internalize that knowledge so that you can, and I'm not saying like go seek out pain, but understanding the power of discomfort in growth is huge. And acknowledging that power is huge. And harnessing that power is huge. So that's what I wanted to tell you today. Like, just leave you with whatever little nugget that I can leave you with, and hope that it helps someone out there somehow.